Okay, hi everybody, it's Mr. Stevens. I want to make sure everybody's ready for the quiz tomorrow. Test, I'm sorry, because it is a full test. Remember, the test will be 20 questions, multiple choice, 5 points each. So be careful. I don't think that they'll be such hard questions, but everybody should have plenty of time. You need to work at a steady pace and choose your answers carefully because they're all multiple choice. All right, so let's look at this worksheet. To speed it up a little, I wrote the answers ahead of time. First one is 1/2 times 2/5. Remember, multiplying fractions is really pretty easy. You do need fractions, not mixed numbers. So multiply the top, multiply the bottom, and simplify. One thing you might want to do is cross simplify, just because it makes it easier. And like in this one, I see I have two twos. I, I can cross them out and turn them into ones. Now, 1 times 1 is 1, and 1 times 5 is 5. In other words, I could pre-simplify, and then I don't have to simplify afterwards. And on multiple choice, be careful, because choice A might be 2/10, and choice B would be 1/5. All right. Question 2 is harder. It's adding. And when you add fractions, you need to have a common denominator. Right? Don't forget that. Don't just add. Multiplying is so much easier, but 3 and 5 both go into 15. 10/15 plus 3/15 is 13/15. Can't be simplified because 13 is a prime number. All right. Number 3, division. Still easier than adding, subtracting. Remember the shortcut, keep, change, flip. Keep the first fraction, change division to multiplication, flip the second fraction or find the reciprocal, and then you just multiply, right? And again, you could cross simplify if you wanted to, right? 2 and 4, 2 goes into itself once, 2 goes into 4 twice, 3 times 1 is 3, 2 times 1 is 2, 3 over 2, how many times does 2 go into 3? Once, with 1 left over. Same answer. This might be a little bit easier to do it that way. Just remember, keep, change, flip is only for division. All right. Number 4, subtraction. This one's a little hard because 3/4 is bigger than 2/3. So how can you take away a bigger number from a smaller number? You can't. But 1 and 2/3 is really 5/3. So if you turn it into an improper fraction first, it's easier in this case, right? So common denominator, again, to subtract fractions, 20/12 minus 9/12, 11/12. All right. Decimals. Multiplying is the same as always, right? When you're multiplying, the order doesn't matter. So I wrote the 1.2 first. 4 times 2 is 8. 1 times 4 is 4. Count your decimal places. 1, 2. I know the decimal places because they come after the decimal, right? So if I have 2 there, I need 2 here. So I start here and I go 1, 2. There's the decimal point, right? So the answer is 0.48. Remember that what we said for multiplying decimals. Count them up. All right, number 6, division. Notice the first one home goes in the house. Got to set it up the right way. Now, I had a decimal point here. The goal is to get rid of it. So I moved it over 1, 2. But whatever you do on the outside, you have to do on the inside. So I had to move this one 1, 2. All right, so now and my problem really now is 62.3 divided by 2, which is a lot easier, right? All I had to do was bring that up to the answer. Got a little tricky here where 2 doesn't go into 3 evenly. I had 1 left over, so I added a 0. 2 goes into 10 5 times. Right, but again, the decimal has to be in the right place. Move them over, move it up. Number 7 or number 9, because leave it to a math teacher to give a worksheet that the numbers go 4, 5, 6, 9. I never said I knew how to count. All right. Where's the decimal in a number when you can't see it? I know John knows. It's at the end. So 2 is really 2.0. Um, so when you're adding and subtracting decimals, you have to line them up. So I added 2 zeros after the 2. 6 minus 0, 5 minus 0, 4 minus 2. Easy. Number 10, adding, same thing. The 3 is really 3.00, right? So 3 plus 4, 7, 7.56. Again, line them up. Decimals, adding, subtracting, line them up. Number 11, little ratios question. 3 to 4 equals 9 to blank. I wrote it this way. You can make it as a ratio table. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 3 is 12. Also remember 3 times 12 is 36. 9 times 4 is 36. Right? Equivalent ratios, just like equivalent fractions. All right. This one was a little harder. This is kind of like that last question from the homework. I changed it around a little. 1 out of 5 dentists recommend eating lots of candy and never brushing your teeth. Probably because that's a good way for them to stay in business. Of course, none of them would ever really tell you that, but so now I say, what if they surveyed 100 dentists instead of 5? So in other words, it's going from 5 to 100. How do you get from 5 to 100? Multiply by 20. So whatever you do on that side, you have to do on this side. The answer is 20, right? 20 would say that. All right, that's about it, guys. Please brush your teeth and be ready for the test tomorrow, okay? If you did okay on the take-home test and you did okay on this, I would say you're ready. Don't worry about the ratios too much. You know, I'll try to put a good mix of everything. And remember, it's only 20 questions, all multiple choice. All right, thanks, guys, and I will see you tomorrow.